Hi, Glenn. Maybe you can
Here.
share a story, a little bit, how you found this message, or how long time ago, or who you are listening, or how you find me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, about 15 years ago,
Wow.
I was in a pretty big crisis.
Mm.
I lost what I thought was the love of my life, lost money, I just one thing after another. And I went into therapy. And because I was pretty bad shape, really.
Mm.
Um, Fortunately, I had a good therapist. And she got me really into my feelings. And I was able to express a lot of things really that I never really um, it was suppressing, right? Anger and hate and
Mm.
all this kind of stuff, right? It was very good. It was
Mm.
very good. Anyway, about I'd say a year into therapy, uh, I got through something with my dad or something, some emotional trauma thing, right? And I was like really into myself, really, like I was really inside myself, right? Expressing it. But all of a sudden, um, what happened was I found out that none of those things that I thought that I was a problem was me, and that I was completely whole and complete. That's all there was.
Mm.
Everything I thought was me wasn't me. And the therapist says, how do you feel? And I'm like, well, I don't know how to say this to you, but I'm whole and complete. There's only wholeness and completeness.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can be taken away from me. Nothing can be added to me. So that's pretty much how this episode of my life started, right? So, and then then all that stuff started coming back, right? It all started coming back. And I, like a lot of those stories people have, I thought, I could find some place, some way to get it back, right? And yeah, so I came up here to Byron Bay, there was a guy up here who people said a lot about. He'd been with Papa G for many years and was teaching, all this stuff. And so I spent some time with him, and that's kind of how it kind of he was kind of the thing where like if you just explore these things in yourself, you can be liberated from them and stuff, right? So I spent a lot of time doing that kind of stuff, and I think like 2 years, 3 years, a couple of years, I think that I thought this isn't going to work for me because I realized that I was making him just another father. He's just another father figure, right? He's going to save me. And I kept thinking, I got to go see Isaac one more time. I got to see Isaac one more time. I got to see Isaac over this. And I realized that I didn't come up here for that. This is not at all what I came up here for. And every time I went to meditate, but I would go in to meditate. Yeah, this is after all that. I would go inside myself, or whatever. And I'd go if something was disturbing me. But what ended up happening was there was nothing to look at because I close my eyes and go inside, and it was like all there was this wholeness, and it was already just perfection, or whatever you want to call it, right? Completeness, whatever. And I realized, well, that's really who I am, what I am, right? And so that kind of was just started just kind of growing inside. And just things just kind of, a lot of things dropped away. A lot of things have dropped away. I mean, the person that I was 10 or 15 years ago just doesn't hardly even, it just doesn't even exist anymore. So a lot of things just drop away. And so, yeah, there are times when there's tremendous, just incredible silence, almost deafening silence. There are times when it's clear there's just nobody there. There's nothing reacting. There's nothing responding. They're just watching, right? Saying, watching. So a lot of that old reactive person just isn't there. So But it's just back and forth. It goes back and forth, you might say. But quite often it's not there. There's just nothing there. Then, and when I might say when I look, something, if I react to something, I'm like, when I look at it, I go, well, I really can't say that, that I did that. Like there's just that. All I can say is just that, right? There's just what I call life. Like that's what I saw at the beginning. It's just nothing's the same, nothing's different. It's just life.
Mm.
Your life. It's just life. And it's just clear, but not totally, right? You know, it's like, not totally, but
What do you mean not totally clear?
I would say at times I get caught up in I get caught up, and I
What
go.
do you mean? Can you expand it?
It means that I feel like there's something wrong. So the whole basis to me
Mm.
of I mean, I did a lot of life coaching over the years now, life and health coaching. And my theme has always been, because it was clear to me for a long time, that there were no problems. There was no such thing as a problem. So people think it's because they've got hate or they got anger, or whatever it is, right? Or they're resentment, whatever it is, right? But it really never is that. It's really because they think they shouldn't have it and they think there's something wrong with them because they have it. That's actually what's going on. And same thing for me. So at times, yeah, I get, I get wrapped up, feel a bit lost in it, but not totally. It's not totally.
Mm.
Get totally lost in it. But yeah, it's still.
Yeah, but there is already no one who is getting lost.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
another empty thought. There is only what's clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There is no separation already. And you get lost in somewhere.
But it feels that way at times. That's the thing, right? That's the thing, right?
Yeah, but nothing wrong, of course.
Yeah, of course, nothing wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the mind or idea is coming that, oh, this is wrong. It shouldn't be this way. It means I am back or.
Yeah. This is a subtle thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like a subtle thing, right? That kind
Nothing
of.
wrong with anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with these kind of thoughts that are arising, there is no control
Yeah.
of the thoughts that are coming. Even the
No,
I am is a thought. Without thought,
yeah.
there is no I am.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these are just empty thoughts, like clouds coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when
Yeah.
there is no one holding on, this is my thought, no interacting attachments, then it's just comes and goes, comes and goes. There is no certain way how this should be, and that there shouldn't be these kind of thoughts, or everything is allowed. It's
I guess I
unconditional.
don't. Yeah, I guess I don't think there's. I guess I don't really think that there's some way this should be not be
Mm.
in that way.
Mm.
It's more. I think more that there seems to be it's all involuntary.
Mm.
That feeling or that thought.
Mm.
It's something, and I don't even realize it. Like I'm in a situation now where I'm a carer for my partner, and it gets a bit overwhelming, and so um, then that's when the involuntary feelings go. Like I don't even know what it is. Like I'm just not feeling right, and it's like I feel a bit lost. Not a lot at times, right? So that it's like an involuntary, unconscious kind of response to incredible amount of stress.
Mm.
And I guess I do suppose I do this there. Yeah, I do suppose I think it shouldn't be that way.
Mm.
True. I do probably should be that way. And there's something in that. I mean, something to that it shouldn't be that way. That there's a yeah.
Yeah, it often happens when there is lots of stressful things happening.
Yeah.
Simply then this contraction
Yeah.
comes goes stronger, you can say.
Yeah.
But no one's doing it. It's just what's happening, apparently.
That's the issue, isn't it? Something I think that's what you're saying is like something there thinks still there's something wrong with that somebody's doing it or something that's happening to me. Something like that. I think that's what yeah. It's happening to me.
Yeah. But
When
there
it's
is
just happening.
already no one to whom it can happen.
Yeah.
It's just
So
another empty thought, the story.
Yeah.
And nothing
Yeah.
wrong with these stories. These stories are also it. It's not like let's take these stories out.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are no conditions that this should be this way or other way.
That is interesting, isn't it? Because we do think we do. I mean, I could say we. I mean, there is a tendency to think that yeah, well, that it shouldn't be this way, right? That if that was a certain way, that wouldn't, or something like that. Some variation, something in there that, like that, right? But that shouldn't be happening. But I think that's true. It's very true.
Yeah. Who is telling that it shouldn't be this way? It should be other way. There can be preferences that certain situations this body doesn't prefer, but it is what it is, and what it is also it.
It's a funny thing when you in the man, there's just an observing of what's going on, and then all of a sudden something that feels like it's wrapped up in it, right? It becomes part of you or something, or you're wrapped up.
Going on with the story is just what's happening. No one's doing.
Yeah, but there's something that does think that. I mean, there's something that you know. I mean, that for me, something does think that. But I think that. I mean, it isn't true. There's no way I'm doing it. It isn't true. But that thought persists or something. That persists to some degree. For some reason. But it's true. There's nothing doing that.
Nothing wrong if the I don't know resisting to something happens. No one's doing it. I'm not resisting it. Maybe the thought comes that I am doing it. Yeah, and it means that
I think it's more like there's something wrong, right? I think it's more like there's something wrong whenever, and it's like there's something wrong. There's always something wrong with you, right?
Yeah,
So,
usually it is.
yeah, we all go together, right?
Yeah. As to me, it's a knower, and it comes automatically. It knows how this should be, or at least it thinks how this should be. But there is already no knower, no me.
Oh, that's very good. No, that's very good. What you're saying is very good. That's very good. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah, and some stories are more sticky, so to speak, when there is this already seeing the clearness, emptiness, wholeness, completeness, and lots of stories and beliefs and ideas are falling away. But it seems like some stories are more sticky, but they are still stories. Nothing wrong with the sticky stories or going on with the stories that something is wrong. No one's doing it, no control, no free will, and just what happens.
Yeah.
And apparent, of course. I don't use this word very often.
Apparent? Yeah, a lot of people use the apparent word.
As it is anyway, apparent and clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No need to overuse this word.
I use it a bit, but I find it a bit, I don't know. I mean, you look around, I mean, the incredible beauty, right?
Amazing.
I mean, yeah, and, you know, to say it's apparent, it's just, I don't know. This doesn't quite suit it for me. I mean, you really can't say what it is or what it isn't.
Yeah, of course.
Except it
Who
seems
knows
magical.
what this is?
Yeah. It is magical and seems to have a life, seems to have its own whatever.
Yeah, there is nothing separate to know what this is. There can be wondering, like, wow, how beautiful, amazing, emotions arising.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where did you find me?
Well, you just popped up on
YouTube.
feed on YouTube, right? And I thought, okay, right. Have a listen. And I really enjoyed listening. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's not saying anything about other people because it just seems like some people you just kind of like resonate with or get this resonance with, and I really was enjoying listening to you. So I listened to a number of your YouTubes, and I really quite enjoyed that. And I thought, well, it'd be nice to connect with you.
Cool.
There's just what should I say? Because when you're talking, you know, you're getting that resonance. So it's like your other words, spaciousness. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, right? That you can use all kinds of words for it, but I could feel like when you were talking, it just felt very good. It felt very clean, and obviously that's resonating here. I mean, it's the same here. Something about communicating is, I'm like, yeah, or not the way you just, it's the expression through you, right? So it was heartening to me. So that's, I mean, I've listened to a lot of the speakers like everybody else has, and some of them, but and I don't know why, but for some reason there was just something there. I got I call what I call it is like you're ringing a bell, right? So like if you're ringing the tone and something else can vibrate at that same, it'll start vibrating, right? Like you do that with music, sound, you can do all that. To me, that's what it is. So bell, it's something that has the capacity to hear it and hears it.
Yeah, it's all music.
Yeah, it's music.
And something likes more.
Yeah.
Or resonates more. I'm saying that I love everyone, but I don't like everyone. I can't deny this unconditional love. And but it doesn't mean that you have to like everyone. No, it's not.
No.
So somebody is resonating more than other, and this is it. Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And nothing right also. There is no choice. You I don't know, follow somebody, some guru, or to listen some speaker, or there is no choice in it. It may seem like that, but of course there is no.
Yeah.
No one choosing.
I've done a lot of that.
In a story.
A lot of that.
Yeah, and here is no good to use apparently because you didn't do it. So apparently you are speaking, going to gurus, but no one.
Well, you could look at that, you know, for me and for what I could see from different people, I mean, people are looking for, a father or mother. They're looking for somebody to believe in. They want to belong. They want to have a mother and father. And I would say that was pretty true for me.
Yeah, we all are the seeker, so to speak. The me is the seeker. So whatever it seeks, the job, the money, wives, women's, spirituality, yeah, knowings, it always seeks, or mother figure or father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the seeking energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels separate and needs something to feel whole again. But this is this me filter, this layer that is creating this separateness. So me can't never get whole or complete. Me is illusion, me is separation. And in the story, it seems like me have to look at different places and not to find it. And then exhaustion happens. And in the story, of course, there is no rules, but it seems like that you have to look everywhere to find that it was already here all the time. And all this circle wasn't needed, but it was needed in the story to see that it's already full. Yeah, no one's doing it. So so somebody are sharing the stories that I have seeked so long time. I am so tired. I'm still seeking. Yes, lucky you. There is no one lucky or poor. No one's doing it already. And maybe this is the last story that you are holding on, or this what is maintaining this me illusion that I am doing and I am suffering it because I have done this so long time. So it is maintaining itself with this story. And no one's doing this either. So no one started to seeking, so no one can stop seeking also. It's also this, what's happening, nothing wrong with anything. When this body dies or says something is wrong, then it's a liberation for no one, freedom for no one. Yeah, me is looking for certain kind of freedom for me. What is best, what is right. And it's everything. There is nothing good or bad. They are the same. What's good for one is bad for other. There's no difference. Yeah. That me will claim that this is good, this is bad. I don't want this. I want this. This can't be freedom. But this is all unconditional freedom. Yeah, for no one. And yeah, it can't be experienced. For that, there have to be separation, but there isn't any. So it is as it is, whatever it is. All thoughts or stories, all emotions. There are no good or bad emotions, or right or wrong emotions, or feelings, or good or bad thoughts. All are the same, equal. It's this, I don't know, radical acceptance for what is. But of course, no one isn't accepting anything. It is what seems to happen by itself. This is this unconditional peace, or the peace that you can't describe or you can't experience. That is underlying everything. The worst things also. There are not worst or good things. Because nothing separates. No one's doing anything. And no one ever did anything. Not good things, not bad things. Usually, or often when this message is heard that, oh, I never did anything bad. Yes, but I did this good things, so to speak. Yeah. But no one did this either. There is nothing to own and nothing to claim and nothing to get rid of. No one ever did anything, right or wrong. Yeah, nothing wrong with these kind of thoughts that I feel that this is wrong or it shouldn't be this way. Another empty thought as all. So you can't control your thoughts.
No.
Yeah, if there is if there is a thought that you can do it, then let's say or say what is your next thought.
No.
So something is coming and saying this thought is wrong is also
Yeah.
the same empty thought.
Yeah.
And then there is going along with this thought or this story. That's what happens. No one's doing it. Nothing wrong. Everything is a story, and different situations are creating different stories, and some are more. With some you are going along, so you don't see it in the first place that you are doing it, and then it's seen that it was a story. Nothing really happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, it's always that way.
Yeah.
And then you go, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Then there's nothing to say.
So who knows what's wrong?
There's a lot wrong. Look around. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is already perfect, and perfect for no one. Whatever it is, all thoughts, all stories, whatever is arising is already perfect. There is no escape from this. Whatever this is already wholeness, unconditional freedom, or love, or pizza, whatever, beloved.
Hmm.
And all words are empty, so it doesn't matter anything. So the thoughts is appearing as words. All words are empty. Thought
No,
is,
that's so true. That's so true.
yeah.
That is true. That is absolutely so true.
It seems like more some words are more empty than others, or some
Yeah,
words
yeah.
have meaning and some doesn't. Actually, all are meaningless or equal, empty.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Oh, wow, that really went through me. So true.
Yeah, sounds true, maybe, but there is nothing true or false either. But
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. So
Yeah.
to speak rings the bell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Know what is truth and what's wrong, what's not true.
But it's just this unconditional love. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, it's just unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that predominated a lot of how I felt for a while now. The unconditional love.
Mm.
If you're expressing something, that would be, yeah, but you can't put that in words.
Exactly, it can't be expressed. It can't be
put in
described.
words.
Yeah, yeah, impossible.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one got it. There's nothing to get, nothing separate.
No.
To claim that I got it is another story. Still dream of separation, and that's not wrong, of course. Nothing.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
nothing needed to be changed. It is already perfect. And even if there is action of change something, is what's happening. No one's doing it. It's also perfectly whole. But I don't mean that to change something what is. I mean ordinary life, doing whatever and
Oh yeah.
fixing problems or seeming problems.
Yeah.
Just what's happened. Apparently, no one's doing it. It doesn't say that, oh, you shouldn't do anything. There is already no one doing anything or not doing, acting or not acting, reacting. Body reacts, not claiming that I did it or why I did it or. It's impossible. There is already no separation, no one doing anything. And saying that this is wrong or shouldn't be this way, also already empty. No one's doing it. This is unconditional love, as everything.
Yeah.
And this is the peace that underlines everything. That there is nothing I can do because there is already no one.
It's a big deal to make me speechless.
What?
Because it's a big deal to make me speechless because I'm,
Yeah. Yeah, often more words just muddies the water when it's already clear. And it doesn't matter if from the word muddying the water, it's still clear. So
Yeah.
emptiness, no thoughts arising, no questions arising.
Yeah. I guess there was really not many. There wasn't any really questions. It's hard to even put it what there is. But I'm happy with our conversation.
It was a beautiful conversation. I loved it. Beautiful background you have there. You are in Australia?
Yeah. Pardon?
You are in Australia?
Yeah. This is the backyard.
Wow. And is it a lake or river? It's a river.
It's a river. It's kind of a river. Kind of a big giant stream or a river, something like that. Yeah. We were just we were flooded out a year ago. So the house has almost been rebuilt. So we got everything's new, the kitchen, bathroom, everything had to be stripped out of the whole house.
Wow.
So we were living in a caravan out in the front yard for 8 months. And
Adventure.
what's that?
Adventure.
Oh yeah, you're stuffing. You don't realize what it's like stuffing your life into a caravan. It's a big caravan, but you're still stuffing your life into this little box, really. So now we're here. Things are just there's no carpet in the house yet. The tiles are down, and the painters are here still, and carpenters. And we're in the house. Or if you can imagine that lake, that river was. I don't know if you can see this porch here. Porch down here. Can you see the porch there? It was over that porch. So we sat there. We were sitting in the living room there and watching the water rise up to the top of the porch, over the porch. There's a loft upstairs. I prepared this loft. So I put all these our beds up in the loft, and we just stood and watched the water just come to the house.
Oh.
Yeah. And the morning was over, but it did its damage. So everything had to be ripped out. Yeah, it's been a big trip. On top of the fact that Penny is sick, so it's been a interesting year. People say to me, "How did you get through it?" Because it's particularly all the crisis Penny's been through, and I just say, "Well, every day you just do what's required of you. You're not even thinking of yourself, right? You don't think of yourself; it's just required of you." All right.
Yeah, it's just so simple.
Yeah, just do it.
Cooking animals, taking care of their nests, or
That's right.
mating or
That's right.
eating, or just what seems to happen. Body is doing what
Yeah.
body is doing, recovering the house or rebuilding the house, and taking the beds to the upper floor.
4 o'clock in the morning. Well, Penny was in the other side of the loft, and I was on the other one side. And 4 o'clock in the morning, she heard somebody sweeping downstairs. She couldn't understand it, and apparently the water had washed way up, had come way up, and it gone through the whole house. It's like it did serious damage. Because it's a bit tidal, because this is we're right near the ocean, so it just came right up and came right back down. So I came down at 4 in the morning. It was just this thin skim of water on the floors. So I'm sweeping the water out the doors, and 4 in the morning, the water out. Actually, the first flood, it was amazing because actually the water came into the house through the drains first. So like I'm sitting in the chair over here, and I'm like, there's water coming down the hallway. I hadn't quite to hear, right? It was coming down the hallway, and I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, all the water came through the drains first. So I kind of had that fixed so it can't happen again. So anyway. It was very lovely talking to you.
Yeah, same.
Do it again. You really touched me. So it's very touching.
Yeah, thank you. How much
Yeah,
doing it?
It doesn't matter because it's just the way it is, isn't it? Just the way it is. For some reason. So I like that. That's very nice. I really like that.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for contacting, and whatever is, I don't know, coming up, some stories, some sticky stories, you can contact and you can chat.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Pretty much something to me. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I will stop the recording first. Wrong button.